Hey everyone, it's Matt aka Tech Ranger, and today we're going to be taking a look at my load order for Fallout 4 on the Xbox, specifically the Series X, and this is how I build my load order. Sometimes there's some weird things that happen and you want to fix them, but it's not really easy to fix it when you have an ongoing save and you're trying to remove mods and add mods, and you might just end up screwing something else up. So for example, in my game I have my Pip-Boy map. It looks fine when it's in a DLC area, but for some reason it looks really weird when I get to the vanilla game. So I will need to actually redo my load order, and maybe I can install some things along the way that maybe I was looking at previously that I otherwise wouldn't have added to my game. So if you like this sort of thing, feel free to subscribe for more content like this, and like the video if you get some enjoyment out of it or if it was helpful. And with all that said, let's jump into the video into how I build my load order for Fallout 4 on the Xbox. One of the things I like to do when I redo my load order list is kind of take a look through my game, just walk through, see what kind of things I like, what kind of things I don't like, things I want to change. This gives me a good idea of kind of what I want for my game and what I want it to look like, features that mods can offer that maybe the game doesn't currently, and then we can kind of go from there. I mean, obviously you can always use your base mod list. You can record that on your Xbox so you can look at it, so it's not like you got to write everything down. I also have a video on that I've done on the past. It's pretty easy to do. So with that out of the way, now we actually need to remove our mods. So in order to actually remove our mods, we need to go to our games and apps and go to Fallout 4, manage game and add-ons, and then you'll get this screen here. You can click on this first part here and it'll give you kind of a list of all your DLC. We're not concerned with that one, so back out of that, go to that bottom option. We're actually going to remove the reserve space. Now you see here I actually have two. Just remove them both if you have two. So now all of this is gone. Well, I mean, your game's still there. Your mods are gone though. So you'll have to rebuild. You can now do so on a clean slate. And giving your console a hard reset probably isn't a bad idea. Then that kind of drains all the possible gunk that can be left over. So now you can jump in and load up your game, and you'll see this screen, and this means that this is all the stuff that your game is looking for that is actually not in your game anymore. So now we can jump back into our mod list and go to that mod screen that we all know and love and start building again. And the My Library tab will actually have all of the mods that you had installed on your previous game. It saves it because it's attached to Bethesda.net. So you can go here and just grab things from here. But I like to start off with what's going to go at the top and then just go from there. That way I'm not having to like rearrange a bunch of things. One mod that I'm not sure that I'm going to use is the unofficial Fallout 4 patch. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but I do want to play through Far Harbor at some point, and we were having some issues on the stream that we did not too long ago. So in this case, we're going to start off with my weather mod, and then we're going to start doing just some of the basic like gameplay update patch type mods, and then we'll put that after the weather mod. One mod that I had in my list before, but it may have been conflicting with another one which actually disabled the aim acceleration, is this one, normalized sensitivity. I saw BF4 in there and I actually like the feel of that game. So to take a look at what we have so far, I have my staples, I have them starting with my weather mod, and then a lot of these patch type fix mods that we've had in our load order before. In fact, in our most recent load order video, this is pretty much what you have in there. I've switched some things around and then added something new like the unbogus health ranges, which I think might help with kind of early game, maybe more late game as far as enemies having like crazy amounts of health. I kept a lot of the same things and then added a few new things in as well. So from here I go into my weapons, and this is where I have all of my weapon mods, and then that's when you get into the clothing type armor aspect of at least my list. Is I like to put those right after my weapon mods, and this will include any faction overhaul that I might have, which I like the Imperial Brotherhood of Steel one that I have here. Use that for quite a while in the load orders on the channel, as well as the re-outfitted Diamond City Security. And I ended that section off with this everything except weapons and armor are weighted. So I added that mod in at the end of this just because it's after all my weapon mods and all of my armor mods. And then this next one, Enhanced Vanilla Body, the alternate version. This actually replaces your body as well as obviously the underwear because it's black. But anyways, I figured I'd end this section with that, and then we get into our textures, which is the Hollywood bullet tracers, laser bolts, which you're kind of used to if you've seen any of my load order videos because I really like those. those. And then we kind of finish it off with the actual characters and what the characters look like. And obviously I gotta start it off with the many face mod of Jason Statham. And these are interesting too, because these are like revamped versions of like the ghouls and then the synths. So because we have the mod that actually changes the face animations, I figured that maybe putting these after that might be good, because then that will overwrite anything that that previous mod has. So moving on, we get into our texture mods, and this is where we have the bread and butter of how the game is going to look. And enhanced blood textures, always a staple of mine. Blood mist overhaul right after that, because that's what it says in the description on that one, is to actually place it after your favorite blood mod. And then we get into the, the vivid fallout. Langley's, this is more of like a building texture type mod. And then we get to stars, wooden shacks, and then I like to throw in a grass mod right here as well. And then this will kind of round out my graphics section, and then I like to wrap it up with Treyarch's film looks, because that's what's going to change the colors in the game and give it that really nice look, that filmic look. And I always like to switch these out. Then we get into the final mods that kind of need to go down at the bottom, which I have Wealthier Commonwealth. This is more so with the boss chests and just kind of overall spawns in the game. So I put that down at the bottom because that's what it says. And then Boston less enemies to hopefully improve the performance of Boston. Now you will notice I don't have any FPS mods here. I'm running on the Series X, so I'm actually going to pop on the FPS boost, which you can actually activate by going back out and going here, manage game and add-ons, and then we're going to go to compatibility options. Only after you back out of your mod menu, just in case there's an issue with backing out and your mod's actually loading, because I actually did the bulk of this list all in one run. So to wrap everything up, I loaded back up my game, and obviously there are mods that are missing. So Jason Statham here, he's got no armor, but everything is pretty smooth, and we're looking pretty good. Now I probably wouldn't recommend just going in with a totally new load order and loading up your previous save, because you might see some random issues, but this is kind of the save I use for videos and to see if anything is wrong or anything that needs to be fixed or tweaked. So if you do something like this and load up a game that you have currently running, maybe make like a duplicate save before you do so, just to make sure there aren't things that you would rather not have when you start a new game. And if we check our Pip-Boy, we have a fixed map. However, it doesn't have those visible roads. So that was the mod before that I had on, was the visible roads on the map. Fortunately, we're not going to see the intricacies of a lot of these roads, but we will still see the main roads because that's how they were in the vanilla Pip-Boy map. So that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for you to see me make my load order and just kind of get an idea of maybe where I put things. And hopefully this, combined with the one for Skyrim, which I will link above and below, is helpful for you when you're building your loader. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have an awesome day, everybody, and happy modding.